No, don't send feedback. No, stupid YouTube chat. Evil. So evil YouTube chat. Naughty. Oh, wrong button. Oh, wait, right button. Wait, wrong button. Naughty. That's so naughty. Ooh, you're so naughty. It's so naughty, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. We're alive. And oh my God, that's how you crack your knuckles. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. This tard yells at me. Who cares? Hey, guess what? You defend a pedophile who's an Asian that was your friend. You don't get to speak to me about anything, buddy. I just want you to remember that. On your best day of trying to criticize me, you still cape and fail to correctly point out and criticize and dedicate full streams to your fucking transgender friends who you jerk off to dicks with and your Asian school shooter pedophile friends. So you might want to check yourself at the door. You are an evil doer. And yes, I did watch WrestleMania. Man. I mean, I'm satisfied, but I wish I could have been just a little bit more satisfied. Fuck it. 4 letters, 1 word. We yeeting. We yeeting for the rest of our lives. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna yeet forever. We gonna yeet. We gonna yeet till the yeet don't yeet no more, man. We gonna yeet till the yeet fall off. Oops, y'all can't see that yet. That video, I don't care. So look, I keep saying this is my last time. A 30-minute video. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be the last one. Sorry I lied to you all, but you know, somebody's gotta somebody gotta be the voice of reason around here, brodies. And I guess it's gotta be me. Chris, I got a schizophrenic video for you to watch if you still here. It's some guy. It's some guy. I think I already sent this to you. No, you sent it to me. Ooh, Chris, that video that Indian dude talking about, oh God. The videos get so much worse. That dude talking about Nintendo, the videos are so much worse. Cause bro just sit there. He's like, I wanted to. Hold on. I feel like I could do it like this. I feel like I could do it like this. Hold on. I just wanted to be a positive influence on the gaming community. I wanted to be a positive outlook on the gaming community. I wanted to be a positive beacon of hope for the gaming community. It was so gay. Just here to say good night. Oh my God. Good night. Horrible dreams. I hope you have nightmares. I hope a bug crawls on your eye, you smack yourself in the eye, and you get a bruise all on your face. But in all actuality, I hope you have a good night. I hope you. When is Alex going to admit that you and him have magic PS5 Pros? Listen. Tomorrow, or technically today, I might go buy me one. Fuck it. I'm a shill. But I admit it. See, that's the difference between like me and all these other motherfuckers who try to like lump me into a category. I admit shit. I'm a semi-normal individual. I got a Broncos flag behind me, but you know, I'm kind of normal. I've been trying to cover him, but the iDubbbz shit took over. It really didn't. You're just lazy. You like to see, you do this weird thing where you every time like one of your friends does some dumb shit, you pretend you have a life, and I'm sick of you with that. Guess I'm not going to bed. I mean, you could. Going to bed is natural. Going to bed is pristine. Going to bed is absolute. I really hope that I don't get those bugs. It sounded awfully specific. I mean, fuck, bugs get into anywhere. Like, oh, it's not that type of stream. Skulls for the skull throne is crazy. WrestleMania, I think, ended an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Man, they fucked over my girl Bailey. That's my takeaway from this whole thing. Bailey got fucked over more than anybody. There's like a dot on my... There's a fucking dot on my camera, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that I'm seeing that. Can I see that with the light? Yes, I can see that shit with the light on. I don't like it. I don't like any of that. I don't like any of it. It's upsetting me. It's upsetting me. It's getting me mad. I'm getting very mad at this moment. I'm getting mad. I'm getting tilted. I'm getting jaded. I'm at that point where if nothing goes right in my life, I'm gonna just start doing the heel toe. I don't think y'all want me to start doing the heel toe, because if I start doing the heel toe, I'm gonna do it with vigor. No, Chris, I didn't say your favorite word, you fucking racist. I'm gonna do it with vigor. I'm gonna do it with style. I'm gonna do it with grace. I'm gonna do it with expectation. That dot is still there, so I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with that for a while. But oh well, I'll navigate that in some way, some form, somehow, some way at another time. But Chris, for some reason, wants me to care about H3 and iDubbbz, and I keep telling him, like, I'm not watching no fucking hour-long video about a guy trying to fucking prove that he's the best of us all when he's white and he's always gonna be the fucking problem. But he sent me a shorter video, so it's like, oh, I can handle that. I can handle a shorter video. Shorter videos are like easy to consume, unless it's something I'm actually interested in. Then I'll fucking dedicate all the hours in the world to it, because much like all of you, I'm a hypocrite. Oh my God, why is it doing this? Okay, it's fine. I got concerned for a moment, but it's okay, because we're still here. It's still great. It's still great. Don't mind me too much. I'm just trying to keep myself awake, because I'm not talking about this shit tomorrow. I'm not. Sorry. This is not going to be interesting for me to talk about when I wake up. So you be lucky you're getting me now, because getting me tomorrow, probably not even going to be awake for this shit. Probably not even going to let the sun rise upon my soul the next day. Because I feel like tonight is going to be one of them days where I wake up at like 3 in the afternoon. And you know what? I'm pretty okay with that. That being an outcome leaves much to be desired. All right. Apparently, H3 responded to iDubbbz, and now we all get to watch in full living color and understanding. iDubbbz. No, wait, which one are you? You're not iDubbbz. What are you, Sean the Black? No, you're not black. Also, that would be racially insensitive to me.
A few days ago, my good friend Ian, also known as iDubbbz, released a content cop about me. His video is over an hour long, and it's full of a lot of accusations. We watched the entire video, every frame of it.
Oh, how come, what's his name? How come Hassan doesn't want to watch his fucking exposed video? But H3, I think when it dropped, watched like a crumb of it, then dedicated a whole stream to watching it. Like, people think that that's some gotcha, but in reality, that just proves Hassan's still a pussy. So, does anybody want to get on that? You could. It would be so beneficial if you could. It would be grand if you did.
Responded to every accusation on the podcast.
Oh, H3. I don't know you, so I can't say I love you, but I'm so bored. I need something.
And a really long episode. We watched the whole thing, so if you're interested in a more thorough response to everything, I would recommend watching this episode. The video that I'm making today, however, I don't need an hour for, because there's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time. In the entire video, he never says CPS. No mention, no explanation, no overview, nothing. Zero.
If I could predict like how one would respond to this, why would he need to say anything about that? Why would he need to bring up anything that has to talk about CPS? It's not like anything happened at CPS was unconstitutional, except they were fucking wrongfully calling CPS on this man's family and trying to make it seem like he was just allowing his kids to sit in some shit-ridden, flea-bitten fucking house where they just playing shit all day, to the point where, you know, they tried to go to the school and interview the kids, and it's like, yeah, I don't give a damn about how any of you feel about genocide or Palestine or homicides, Lakers at 5, but somebody's got to admit that there's a point where you've gone a little bit too far, and spreading that type of fucking nonsense around to the point motherfuckers kids got to deal with some shit, and then you got a dumb fuck like Denim sitting there saying some shit like, hey, well, they won't have any lingering effects to this at all. It's like, that's fucking stupid, and anybody with a brain knows it's stupid. How is it that I, someone who doesn't have kids, in the span of like the last 40 minutes has said 2 correct things that any parent would say? You know why? Because as much as I like to pretend that like I don't have compassion for my fellow man, I do. I just don't have compassion for Chris because he's evil. Like, Chris is like actually an evil person. Like, I mean it. Like, if I leak these DMs, y'all would understand how much like Chris is actually a closeted homophobe, and it's ridiculous.
0 mentions of CPS. A few weeks ago, Child Protective Services showed up to our house at 6 a.m. to interrogate us about an anonymous tip they got that our kids were crawling around and eating dog shit at catching diseases. Ian spends the majority of his video characterizing me like a raving lunatic who's lashing out at everyone around me.
Both sides suck. It's this really dirty ass dented coin where if you flip it on one side, it's garbage, and you flip it to the other side, oh look, it's still garbage. Hooray.
With 0 provocation.
Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. And
I'm still not gonna watch this fucking content cop, but this is indeed the gayest form of gaslighting and manipulation I've seen on YouTube in quite a while. I'm gonna create the hot take. It's worse than the ukulele woman and her apology. Like, this is worse than that, because you hanging around a bunch of people who have condoned in different styles and different fashions calling CPS on somebody's family, and also some dude who wants people dead for their use of racial slurs. So I guess iDubbbz, you're cooked in like any capacity. You're cooked because, you know, even though you apologize, you don't really get away from that. You know what this makes me realize? His faux pas where he fucking self-grandized himself and made it out to be, hey, I'm a better person now, and now I could judge other people and I could try to make them better people. It doesn't really work when you go around and you think, okay, it's perfectly fine to fucking demonize another person. Like, you don't make yourself out to be the hero. You make yourself out to be, what's that word? It's right on the tip of my urethra. What's that word? Oh, a hypocrite? Yeah, that's what it is.
I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you. And a lot of people...
Oh my God. These grown adults who are too afraid to speak out because Epstein H3 laughed at them for their bad fucking takes that they have on social media. Ooh, they won't be able to thrive in common society anymore. Ooh, they won't be able to make it in the next life. Ooh, they won't be able to fucking go to the grocery store. Ooh, they won't be able to fucking live. They'll be in fear for the rest of their lives. Why? Because, oh, iDubbbz, he's so scared. This is stupid. Especially considering the people. Somebody who condones rape of rich kids. Another one who wants to pretend like psychological trauma doesn't exist. Another one who makes fun of veterans. Like, this is a menagerie of people I would never want to fucking be around. BAM! This is a menagerie of people I would never want to be around, because they're so toxic. You need to get your life together, girl. They're just so toxic. Those people are not good. And look, it needs to be stated that you people who find solace in your made-up friends online, I need to just do drugs or something, because like, you'll have a better outlook doing that than fucking, oh, let me just let me think that these people are my friend. I would like to think that they're my friend. If they're my friend, everything could be sanguine and it could be grand. Like, no, you silly billies. Don't ever do that, you silly billies. That's dumb. That's dumb and doesn't make any sense. And when you sit there and you do that, you create that really, and I do mean really, dumb conversation about your expectations and following them full through. Because I say again, it's hilarious that people wanted the gotcha to be, oh, Ethan's not going to watch the Content Cop, but he did. When's Hassan going to watch any video critical of him? Okay. And I've said it, and I feel like I'm the odd man out, but all these people don't care about these dead Palestinian kids. They just care about virtue signaling to the fucking nines. No, I don't give a fuck that somebody did a charity where, oh, I guess since they did it, they're untouchable. It's blatantly obvious a lot of people barely care about this shit or don't care about it at all, which is fine. But when you grandstand to the point where you stop caring to bitch about somebody bitching about you, you're showing me you kind of don't care. It's fine to not care. Like, people make it like, oh my God, you have to care about everything. You're all humans. You have shit to do in your daily lives. It's okay to not care. It's okay to fucking sit back and fucking relax. And, you know, some things pass you fucking by. Some things pass you by, and you know what? That's quite all right with me.
People who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
What he doesn't say is the majority of these clips he's using are taken from this episode. Now, does he ever show the title of this episode? No, he does not ever show the title of this episode. Snark called Child Protective Services on us. Not only does he not show the title, he doesn't explain why I'm upset, who I'm mad at, why I'm mad at them. Zero context. I am just an anonymous, screaming lunatic.
It's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years. And as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
Wait. I could be wrong here, but isn't this the guy who is making this is not my words, these are their words, based content and then like stopped and he became shitty? Like, he's giving the criticism everybody gave him. I find that to be hilarious, might I add.
Agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are.
Wait, aren't you the guy who turned a YouTube channel into your self-flagellation? Wait, aren't you also the same guy who does the same thing on his own podcast? Like, what? What? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Come on, man. I got work in the morning. I mean, fuck. I'm sorry, but somebody's got to fucking do this. Somebody's got to be the dude. You know, I'll do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have work in the morning. His podcast is him talking about therapy and his wife. Now, Chris, correct me if my Twitter algorithm led me down a path of wrong people giving their fucking opinions. But this therapist, word hit my fucking face that the fucking therapist didn't do his job in like any real capacity. And decided, hey, you know what I'm going to do after the fact? I'm going to reach out to H3 and hear what he has to say. And he fucking got into a conversation with H3. And I guess he realized, oh shit, I'm a dumbass. And deleted his video or deleted like a section of his video or some shit. He made a video, then privated it. God, what therapists already get a bad rap. They're already viewed as a bunch of motherfuckers who just want to sit there and fucking just make money off of a bunch of people who are just gonna slit their wrist anyway. Damn. What a bad day to be somebody who cares about men's mental health, might I add.
There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something.
I'm drunk? Wait, I gotta be drunk. Did they not? Chris, you know more about it. You're the loser who knows more about the loser. You know more about this than I do. Wasn't this stream mainly about how he's hurt that people are insinuating or trying to be disingenuous or like side promoting these motherfuckers calling CPS on the fucking kids. Like, that's a reason to be upset. And again, I'm not a parent. How do I know this shit more than they do? How? It's impossible, bro. It's legitimately impossible. It's legitimately the most impossible thing ever. Wait, I figured it out. The gimmick is that H3, no, not H3. The fuck is it? iDubbbz audience, they don't know this. So it's like, oh, Ethan's just gone off the deep end and he's gone psychopath. That's what it is. Hold on, watch this fucking he's gone off the deep end. What happened to the Ethan I used to watch in like 2018? And they don't know. And because they don't know, this motherfucker's able to get away with this shit in that capacity. I see white on white violence. White on white violence. That's just embarrassing.
You've decided to do the extra thing and attack.
In this episode.
Also, Hassan brigaded the viewership to fucking boost. I don't care. Because if the gimmick is, hey, this video got more views than this video, I mean, congratulations. They both just made bank making videos about another person. 2 million views, however many views the other one got. Bro, they making bank. I don't know what point y'all was, bam! I don't know what point y'all was trying to prove with that shit, but they making bank. But fuck, I guess congratulations for getting people to watch a video more than another one. That's influence, baby. That's influence. Influence is power, baby. I'm not gonna completely give up on humanity yet. I will give up on humanity and forms of content creation when Markiplier of all people goes like full right wing. When Markiplier goes right wing, that's when I'll give up. I might quit if one day I just wake up and Markiplier does a stream with Charlie Kirk and talks about eugenics. I think I might actually just record myself putting a gun to my head and I'm gonna shoot. I feel like at that point, we're doomed. I already feel like we're doomed, but in terms of online, the goose is cooked. Is that the lingo the next generation says? The goose cooked. Because if iDubbbz starts to do, not iDubbbz, if Markiplier starts doing politics, I feel like that in and of itself is proof that we're really not going to get anywhere in society. And that we are forever stunted by the dreams and nightmares of a man known as Meek Mill, who really wants you all to remember that one song that he has as a fucking reference point.
The same day that CPS came to my home, I was understandably irate. This was a provocation that I had not experienced. It went into my real world, was affecting my children and my life in a way that I found extremely disturbing and an escalation that I found very unacceptable. Now, why am I mad at Ian for this? Well, let's start here. Denims is someone he's accusing me of in his video of harassing.
Check the dislike ratio on the content cop. I don't care about that. I'm sorry, I don't care about that. Oh my God, people dislike the video. You know what's more important? The fact that bitch got X amount of views. Oh, but it got X amount of views, but people hate it. It still got views. I don't know what point is trying to be made off that. I'm not saying you, but they got people who are like, by the way, the fucking viewership, the fucking the dislike ratio is this. So, look at the view count. That's way more fucking important. Like, oh my God, everybody dislikes this video. I got 5 million views. But let me get 5 million views on a video and everybody don't like it. You realize I just made a bag? Like, you realize I just made a bag off that shit? Like, congratulations. You think you played me, but I'm on all cylinders.
Let's see what Denim said about my children 3 days before CPS was called.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something, but they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit that is all over his house.
Dude, how is it?
First of all, might I just add, how the fuck does anybody know this? Oh wait, I think it's because didn't they mention this like on a podcast? So yeah, that would be how. But like, this is like the most unconfirmed shit I've ever heard. Dislikes on YouTube is like being ratioed on Twitter. I mean now, because you can still make money off of those fucking engagements unless it gets community. If your shit gets community noted, your cheeks. You might as well just hand them over. Your cheeks, buddy. Look at the choke slam. Bing! None of them had Guardian. Yeah, I know. But you have to understand, Ahsoka. Someone on YouTube said it, so it must be true. Like mostly every other fucking issue that these fucking mongoloids consume for their own benefit, self-gratification, because doing the truth is hard, but everything else means something. Hello, First Night. Hopefully you're not a fucking bot that's gonna send me a link. I hope not. If you're a real person, hello. If you're one of these bots, you can't see it, but my middle finger is raised to you. Because how dare you?
How is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
We already have Mold Mondays. Now we have Shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child.
I caught a stream. Oh, God. Bro, it's just like whenever I got like the fucking energy to want to do a stream, I'll do it like at any. The only time I won't do it is like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like the late night streams got to happen between the hours of like 10 and maybe 1 o'clock. But once it gets to 2, I'm not even trying. I'm not even gonna try. I would just sit back and let everything fester. You know what I'm talking about? I would just let everything faster, because if I let it faster, then things will be good.
A small infant that has no immune system shouldn't be catching anything.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and his neglected children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew,
No wonder this motherfucker's always sick. Yeah, it all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is it happening? How is this happening? Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health or your posture or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting Giardia, that's the image of someone who is not well. Wait, what? Wait, what, Dams? Wait, what? You guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
Now, in a vacuum, how would I look at this woman and take her seriously in any capacity? It's impossible. Like, she's recanting stories that she can't fucking verify, but because Ethan said something very mean to me, I must now peddle my own fucking narrative, because fuck it. And what's my narrative? Kids dying in shit.
Meth-Zempic diet. Oh, God.
Even after CPS was called, Denham's attempted to justify it by claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him,
create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
Why did I just remember this shit? Like, why did I just remember how bad this fucking take is? Like, this is a disastrous fucking take of biblical fucking proportions. And the fact that people ate this shit up, talk about something, well, it's true, you don't remember things. Tell that to them kids that got raped and they still remember it. Like, holla with some fucking IQ, if you please, because that's just fucking embarrassing. With some IQ above the level of fucking 30, could you please, for the love of God, have some fucking sense and decorum? Like, because that's just fucking stupid.
Nah, yes, you are. No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
If you're wondering who the guy is she's watching, his name is Bad Empanada. And as far as harassment campaigns go, you'd think that Ian, as someone who cares so deeply about it, would be talking about him and not me. Here's a small taste.
I'd like to pay tribute to Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is the slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first Al-Aqsa video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter. Anyways, at least...
Like, if you were one of these people who's like, oh, I want to be better, I want to be like a better human being, I want to be all about clairvoyancy, then you don't consume this. You don't sit there and stick up and side with this, because when you side with Hassan, you side with this because Hassan was promoting this shit. Hassan was cool with promoting this shit. And it's like, that seems to be really fucking stupid. That would be a stupid fucking thing to do for anybody. Let alone a motherfucker who's going around saying, yes, I'm doing better with my life and day.
Wait, are these Israelis? They're just standing there? I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Like, they're all on a fucking Ozempic binge? They don't understand what's going on around them? They haven't noticed me? Where do they keep the secretaries? In here? I'm hunting for secretaries right now. Secretary got...
Here's Bad Empanada once again, who posted a story saying, I'm the one who called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? TikTok, though, Ethan. TikTok, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what
those dead Palestinian kids must be proud of this.
we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day, sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. TikTok goes the club.
Maybe if he stops harassing other creators.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor.
Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace.
House is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit.
And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you.
I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
I was particularly angry during this episode entitled Snark Called CPS on Us because I hold denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why CPS was called. Another one of their friends, Froggy Tonic, had been spreading the same malicious rumor about me on Twitter for days before CPS was called as well.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles.
Of course, the game was to fucking crash at the dumbest fucking moment. Why? Why must you hurt me this way? These people need to be under the jail. I feel like they're not. So, I think the alternative fucking option is it just like seeing them like suspended from their platforms where they make the most money. Why? Because you're calling CPS on somebody's kid, you're condoning it, you're promoting it, you're admitting to it. In one man's case, it's like you're not stable people. You're not a stable group of people. What the fuck? It makes no fucking sense. Let's play COD. Not playing COD with any of you.
Online that I was in. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna
What the
endorse
fuck?
it. I'm not gonna retweet it or like it, but fair enough. Now, my former...
Can a nigga not play the elimination chamber? Like, what the fuck? Horse shit. I'm playing Marvel Rivals.
Our editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
Now let me show you the tweets that Ian conveniently omitted. Me when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me in the past 4 months. I was in my basement. How can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Ethan was neglectful with his dogs. He's already been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful, bipolar, narcissistic dad, that's precisely why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast, but the truth of the matter is, it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent, a neglectful parent, and saying that whose claim to fame as being iDubbbz' friend and former editor, is spreading malicious, damaging rumors about me that led to the CPS being called. Which, by the way, Ian does not explain one time. He did not mention why I'm angry at Froggy Tonic. He did not mention why I'm angry at Denims. He did not mention the name of the episode. He did not mention what the episode was about. He actually has a perfect opportunity to explain the CPS call, but watch what he does here instead.
Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
What other shit, Ian? Other shit is doing a lot of heavy lifting, man. Now, why does this matter? Because Anissa was yucking it up with these guys during the period in which they were spreading this rumor and when the CPS call was made. The CPS call is central to understanding this story. You cannot tell this story without that context, and to try to tell this story without including that detail, it would be the most bad faith, cruel, gaslighting hit piece of all time. Unfortunately, that's exactly what he did. He convinced his audience that the reason that I'm mad, that I'm lashing out, simply because I'm a raving lunatic. I am crashing out. I'm just crazy and harassing his friends for no reason. And by the way, to my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial, weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help.
Someone who I've confided in over the years with my struggles with it, who understands what I've been through.
It's so great. Isn't it great to see, like, when you confide in people and they use it against you? Oh, it's amazing. It's the best fucking type of consequence. Trusting humanity, something you should never do.
Lengths that I've gone to work on myself and improve my mental condition. For him to throw that in my face, to characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic.
Also, that picture of all them on the fucking screen. Why is a black man wearing a Make America Great Again hat? Kamala Harris lost because of Shaun the Black and all the black people that are just like him. We should all be disgusted, and they should be
on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing. One ridiculous point he keeps hammering on is that I'm hating on him, I'm harassing him, simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not gonna run to your defense when, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
I'm not upset, Ian, because you follow people. That is absurd. I'm mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship.
No. Your silence is indicative. Remember, the side you favor. What's their favorite word? What's their favorite phrase about silence? It's violence. You can't do that because if you're silent, you're violent. And right now, you're looking pretty violent, Ethan. Anthony, iDubbbz, whatever the fuck your name is.
Until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means something. That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time, we received 2 human skulls in the mail at our home.
So this is what you wanted me to see, Chris? Motherfuckers sending skulls in the mail. For the jokes, for the fuck of it, for the vibe. What the fuck? Who? How? I know how. It's because they got the address. But I think the better question is why? They got 2 kids and they sent 2 skulls. Oh, yeah, bro. Y'all know the thing about hell is hot.
Which led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI. Things have progressed well past the point of that's just what the internet does. Ian had a recent revelation. He's transcended into a new person. He's achieved nirvana and discovered empathy at age 32.
I think only in these...
Oh, God, he stole the joke from like every other motherfucker who had a rational thought. Now look, humans are very stupid people. They're very, very stupid people, these adults. And, you know, as time goes on, people learn things that you would want them or hope that they learned when they were younger. Sometimes they learn them late. And when this charade was going on, I was the loudest motherfucker saying, you know, it's fine. If Buddy wants to change for what he perceives as the better, let him. Cool. But I was under the assumption that, you know, he actually meant it and was gonna achieve nirvana and make content, you know, with some humor in it, but it wouldn't be his version of demonizing that he claims that he was doing for such a long time. This ain't that, and this is pathetic, and it's the most shuck and jive antic of I'm gonna fucking prove that I'm better than everybody. How? By just saying it, and that'll be enough to get everybody off my fucking ass, because if I get them off my ass, I won't have to worry about them trying me in any capacity, because I said I've achieved nirvana, and that's all that matters now. And now that I've achieved nirvana, no one could say anything about me, no one could criticize anything I say, because I'm doing the right thing, and the right thing is me saying all these things all the time. Yes, 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 yes. It's grandstanding. It's exactly what I say it is. It's hold on. I want to do the, I can do the joke now that I died. It's white people in their lamest creation state.
These past couple of years, have I gained the ability, empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that.
And I'm still waiting for my reparations check for you saying nigga all those times.
It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy, but I have, and I've realized it because I just like can't help myself but like.
And he's sitting with people wearing a Make America Great Again hats. Now the gimmick and the get out of jail free card that they're gonna try to cash is, it's just a meme. It's a meme to want to support an evil person that y'all claim is evil. That guy's currently ruining the country according to all of you. Like, why would you wear that even as a meme? You could have just voted for the cop. You could have voted for KKK Kamala. But no, we wanted to grandstand about another country while we interview motherfuckers about One Piece who are not the people you should be interviewing about One Piece and trying to tie that to Luffy of all people. I say again, I'm saying this again. Hassan learning about One Piece is the death of me ever watching One Piece. Ever. I saw an edit of like one of the fucking characters talking about how they wanted to live, and I was like, oh, One Piece might actually be some fucking gas. But then, the exact same week, Hassan brought up One Piece, and I said, nope, can't watch it. Can't watch it, 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 can't condone it, can't support it, nope, 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 nope. If a fucking terrorist supporter is tying this to One Piece, I can't support. I won't ever support. You understand me? You hear me? I can't support that level of tyranny. Not in this life or the next one. Anime is fucking funded by terrorist communist propaganda meant to desensitize us from getting our woke propaganda from our great and never in the wrong Marvel movies. God, I'm so excited for Silver Surfer being a woman. But I muted all the discourse about the Fantastic Four as soon as I saw Silver Surfer was a woman. Because I actually, you won't believe it because you're so indoctrinated by a bunch of people online who can't make anything worth a damn. I hold a little bit of excitement for this Fantastic Four movie. And I don't have time to consume a bunch of media from people who are just going to call it woke. I don't have time. When that movie comes out, I'm going to watch it. And I'm gonna have fun. And I'm gonna kick my fucking feet up. And I'm gonna Watch the thing be the thing, and Elastic Man be Elastic Man. I'm gonna have fun because it's still not a sin to enjoy things in this world as much as people want to make that to be the case.
Feel for other people's pain and suffering now. I'm still not perfect. I think that is, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up.
Buddy actually fucking cut his hair to look like a Nazi in order to make that fucking video. It's like, does anybody read the room? iDubbbz is built and shaped like a fucking skinhead neo-Nazi. That's not me being mean. Look at him. Like, I saw a clip of that fucking video. I'm like, wait, why do you look like he's just sitting? And he got tattoos that don't line up perfectly at fucking all. He doesn't. He does not have tattoos that line up at all. He does not have any fucking foundation that makes it acceptable for him to have those fucking tattoos placed in those really weird fucking areas on his body. They're all discombobulated. He looks like a fucking neo-Nazi. And he's making a video criticizing a Jewish person. I'm doomed.
Potentially, but it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm...
For anybody who watched that Content Cop, is the gimmick that iDubbbz can say all these things about Ethan because they're friends and or because Ethan's being a dick to other people online? Well, he kind of already said that. He was like, oh, well, you were sitting there and you're being a dick to people online. So it's like, oh, he's already got that fucking convenient get out of jail fucking free card. The problem is, that card sucks, especially when you don't know how to use it. You don't know how to use it. That's why y'all always end up in jail. If y'all would just like shut the fuck up and learn the difference between dumbass and dumbassery, you'll be all right.
Really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge.
Who isn't a dick to people online? Me. I'm the nicest person online. Barring that I say a couple words. I'm the greatest person. I'm the nicest person anyone's gonna see online. I give support emotionally. I give intelligent understandings. Like, it's great. Twitter's great.
Legit. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons and, obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content.
Congratulations, apparently from your Content Cop, which I'm still not gonna watch. I'm gonna just take everybody's word for it, honestly. Which is probably something I shouldn't do, but given that that's an hour long and I don't really want to listen to that for 20 minutes, and because Sean the Black is in the video in just any capacity, I will not. And I would just take everybody's word that everything you're saying in this video from, I think, a year ago, if not longer, is a blatant lie, and you just want to grandstand. You want to grandstand? I figured it out. You want to grandstand and be viewed as a hero by people who will willingly accept you as such, and all they got to do is just get you in a fucking state of mind to think, hey, you look like a neo-Nazi, but you could change for the better.
Content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave, and it's not.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing to abandon your newfound principles after, less than a year? What is it that I've done, Ian, that makes me more detestable than any of the other people that you've content copped? And for what did you do this? To revitalize your dying career? This entire video reeks of desperation, of being thrown together.
I feel like the response to that comment is, hey, he got 5 million views on this fucking YouTube video. What about your dying career? Person who also gets million views on YouTube videos?
And poorly researched. I don't really even understand why they did this, and I can't imagine that it's going to be worth it. Thanks for the 8 years of friendship, buddy. Have fun with your new friends.
Burn. I think something about sending skulls to a motherfucker way past the ramifications of crossing a line. Like that's on the fucking level of, hey, I'm so dumb, but I'm willing to condone it. And look at this picture. Look at this picture. It's the slaves, it's the slave masters and their one slave. Nasty work, isn't it? Nasty work. But you know, people don't recognize their own fucking flaws and their own mortality, so they just grandstand until they're no longer able to stand up in any capacity. Also, because it needs to be stated, boy, those Palestinian kids they care about so much, I bet they feel so emboldened in this exact moment. But I have a fish to fry. So look, I greatly apologize for lying to my entire YouTube audience. Yesterday I claimed I would not be talking about this fucking Austin Metcalf thing ever again until I get like a final conclusion. And I ended up talking about it 2 more times. One of them is already on YouTube for people to see because Moral, I think, spent a full week. Moral spent like the full week picking up things about this shit. And she was asking me what I knew. And because I knew everything, she sought information from me. And I was just like, it was still in that moment where I was like, all right, let me just fucking type this out because I'm done. And then more shit occurred, which made me say, you know what, Moral? Let me in on this. Let me in on this shit. Bro gave the best I need more information speech and talked about it the next day. Yep. That's the sick part. But I'm putting a challenge out, and I want y'all to hold me to it. After tomorrow, today, we're not doing this until we get a fucking conclusion. This video that I'm uploading to this fucking YouTube channel is 30 minutes long. I've spent 30 minutes, one of the longest YouTube videos I got on this fucking channel. 30 minutes, 30 fucking minutes to book in some really stupid shit going on. I want it to be over. Like, I'm done. I'm too pissed off about it. I'm too mad that it was going on. I'm embarrassed that motherfuckers who claim to care about said subject do shit not because they care, but because they want to grandstand. I guess that's the theme of this stream, grandstanding. I'm sick. I'm tired. And you know what? At this point, I'm so glad I didn't make a fucking video about anything regarding them fucking cars or that fucking house. That's my one thing. You know what? I'll tip my feather in that cap. Nobody can say I made a video wasting my time talking about cars and if they bought them or if they didn't buy them. Even though they didn't fucking buy them. Or if they did buy them, they bought them in a year that's not 2025. Oh, and the fucking owner of Give and Go shut all of this shit down. So it's like, I watched the 30-minute video. I've listened to Epic the Musical, and I gotta say it's the best musical on the internet. I told you. I know you're gonna fail. There's always gonna be something. Honestly, after this, I'm done. I'm out. Plea deal, guilty, not guilty. It's gotta be one of those. And once all the facts have been brought about in public, that's when I'm gonna talk about it. And regardless of any of you motherfuckers who want him dead, who want him scot-free, I'm gonna talk about it and I'm gonna go my campy ass back to sleep. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna enjoy doing that because doing that nets a greater positive than making 15 separate videos. I think I'm at like 4 now, 5 including this new one. That's enough. That is legitimately enough. Because if I go any further, let's see what he's done. Oh, he hasn't said a word about this fucking press conference. But I don't think he uploads on the weekends. He doesn't. So tomorrow, get ready, because I feel like old buddy is gonna fucking make a fucking lifetime out of this shit and try to make some fucking excuses and try to call this motherfucker a Democratic shill, because that's the new gimmick. That's the new gimmick for the father, who I feel as though is the one getting the worst end of the stick out of all this shit. Man lost his son, And he getting called a bitch every way from Sunday because he's not participating in a fake online race war. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the few in attendance and the surrounding, I give you all someone who capes for white people.
So I'm going to tell you all right now, ignore the people that rushed to attack me and Jake Lang.
We're going to stop this right now because it seems like one must have these at the ready just because I live in a world where motherfuckers like talking out of their ass. All right, so look, I'm ready now. I'm ready. I'm full screening, so you know it's serious business.
They have personal beef with us in the past, and they're using this to attack us for other reasons that they're not being honest with you about. So ignore that. We're going to give you the full story right now of what went down yesterday, where we had a peaceful protest against anti-white racism and violence. Now, we went there and we had a peaceful protest and we're doing everything we were supposed to do. And because Jeff Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's father, saw the poster and it says protect white Americans, he says, okay, I don't like the way that sounds, so I'm going to send my handler.
Well, I'm glad he didn't go out there, knowing that you dumb fucks were out there. I'm pretty fucking glad that man didn't go out there, honestly.
To attack, destroy, and humiliate these people. Not to have a good faith conversation. Not to say, hey, just want to let you know respectfully, there's some things that I don't want you to do. If you had come to us, at the beginning of the protest and said, there's a certain things I don't want you to say, then that would have been fine.
Damn. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody watching. Didn't the father say from jump, while his son's body was still warm, don't make this political, don't make this about race? I wonder, would anybody have access to that fucking clip? I wonder.
It's very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I have compassion for every human being. This is not, I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online that people say there was this fight and they don't know, they weren't there. It's very unfortunate.
Damn, so did he not? Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. But people lying on you, right. They lying on your quote unquote good name because I guess you did something to them or you said something they disagreed with. Right. And for the one dumbass who's gonna try me, because you always want to try, me saying it's always going to be about race, no matter how many people try to not make it about race, it will always be about race, because let's be honest. And saying stop spreading misinformation and lying is not making it political. It's me saying, hey, dumb fucks, stop doing the dumb fuck shit you're used to doing, because it's embarrassing and you're not helping. Whether if you're pro Austin Metcalf or pro Carmelo Anthony, you're not helping. And you suck. And you're all terrible, really dystopian fucks who want a race war. And the funniest part about this Austin Metcalf protest, you know what happened when this story gained traction on Twitter? Will the left protest on behalf of Carmelo Anthony or behalf of, I'm getting their names confused, behalf of Austin Metcalf? When will the left protest this? And the correct response from anybody who heard that shit is, why aren't you protesting? But because logistically, that was not something that they could answer honestly. They kept running around, screaming and yelling, because they tried to get a gotcha, but they got caught in the gotcha. So it's like, damn, That took no effort nor any time to fucking figure out and do. It's almost like when you want a grandstand, you actually need to do it far the fuck away, because if you do it up close, people are gonna catch you in your fucking shit.
Would have been cool. You didn't do that. You sent your handler in to try to destroy us, and you had him wait until the very end of the protest, after we said everything, after we did all the speeches, all the interviews, wait till then, and you sent him in to destroy us. That's what you tried to do. Try to ambush us. And you're pushing this narrative that we're racist and white trash when you did not hear a single word that any of us said. When you did not...
I mean, you are white trash. You tried to propagate a motherfucker's dead son as your race war. That's white trash. It's about as white trash as you can get.
See a single one of us. I was like the main speaker at that event aside from Jake, and I'm not even white. You don't even know who you are talking about. You don't know.
And you don't know anything about the story regarding that man's son. So it's like comparing an apple to a stab wound, ironically.
Anything about us. And you're throwing all this hate and vitriol at us because you had this planned out from the beginning. And when you get on the phone, right? And here's the funny thing. At the very end, he shows up, your handler shows up. And he could have come with any tone. It could have been nice, but he comes with hostility, with a clear objective to take us down.
That's strike two. If he lies one more time, we just, you know what? I don't care. Fuck him. Fuck him. So look, I heard hostility in, what were the words he used? He used hostility and what?
Any tone, it could have been nice, but he comes with hostility, with a clear objective to take us down. And we don't even know who he is at that point in time.
And I travel across the country to reduce violence in black communities.
Thank you. I stand with you, sir, on
a regular basis. But today, I'm here on behalf of the father, Jeff Metcalf.
Okay.
And what he's asking you is to not use his son's image or likeness in what you're doing. You can do what you do, but that's not what he wants his son tied to.
Am I going to have to throw the word hostile in with the rest of the words that these motherfuckers just overuse for no fucking reason? Am I going to have to put the word hostile into the mix with this? I don't want to do it, but I might have to do it. I might have to throw the word hostile into this conversation because there's logistically no fucking way you just sat up there and lied that fast and I was able to debunk that fast. Because you know what was sick? While they were sitting there recording, trying to get a gotcha on the dad for being like a wokey Democrat, which is now the gimmick that they're running with and hoping that it sticks. There was like 15 different people recording. So one of these motherfuckers was going to be about the truth and show that, hey, the shit the black Indian talking about really don't mesh well with what actually is going on.
Okay. Out of respect for that family.
Now I would ask Jeff Metcalf if he would be bold enough to act like a father of a deceased young man that was murdered instead of being somebody suppressed, worried that he's going to spark the next race riots or some type of thing. He needs to stand for righteousness, not for the consequences of...
So Buddy shows up speaking on behalf of Jeff, and you, guy in dressed like he's supposed to be saying neener, is asking him to be bold enough to not fucking be a part of what he wants to be another race war.
Righteous actions always need to be taken seriously. He needs to be righteous before he is fearful. He is acting out of fear, not out of righteousness. He should have been on the top of the bus today. He should have been standing shoulder to shoulder with me.
Are you a father?
No, I'm not.
I'm a father. Hold on.
Amen.
I'm a father. As a father, there is this thing called grief. So let me tell you what's going on in his house. He's getting swatted. His only other son.
Who is swatting him? Which community?
Who cares? And it's very funny that now we're caring about swatting and information being brought about online, because when I stated that motherfuckers are putting the judge's address online and they were fucking putting Carmelo Anthony's address online, all of a sudden motherfuckers had no sense to care. But now that it's Jeff, oh wait, that's not fair. That's crazy. You know what's sick? All these motherfuckers' addresses getting broadcast online, which creates that fucking threat. But no, it's, oh, well, the judge shouldn't have reduced the bond. That's consequences. Excuse me? That don't make no fucking sense. Imagine if I sat up here and said, oh, well, Jeff Metcalf raised these boys, and that's a fuck around and find out moment. That's consequences. You see how stupid I sound? That's how you dumb motherfuckers sound. So curb the enthusiasm.
No, we don't know the community, but it's happening. That's on the police to find. Secondly, he has a son who's a twin, who his son died in his arms. So that means he needs to navigate that. Then his son, who's his only son, is getting death threats. So as a father, his hands is full. So the last thing he wants to be tied to is having this complex of race. So yes, violence is bad. Young black men are getting killed every day by young black men across this country.
I'm waiting for the hostility, by the way.
Yes, but I'm not a member of that community. I'm a member of my community, and my community is being victimized by the community of violent, black, absolute degenerates.
If you're not...
I wonder if he knows about the FSU shooting, because he's like a politician in Florida. So I wonder if he's been made aware about who it was that shot up that fucking school.
A part of that body.
I could read statistics. So I'm also a pragmatic human being. So I understand when there's a problem, it needs to be addressed head on.
They got more Austin Metcalfs dead than Austin Metcalf. Austin Metcalf was one. Fucking FSU got two people dead. Hello, like. When are we gonna care?
You tiptoe around a problem. That's how you get to the end result.
So your biggest concern is the loss of white life by black people?
No, that's not my concern. I have concern.
The concern is a repeating pattern. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going on.
Who asked for him? Who asked for him? If I'm talking to one person, I really don't want to hear anybody else. I'm talking to one person.
On and on and on and on. We just can't ignore it any longer. If it stops, we're good.
So I have a question for you. Do you believe more white people are killed by white people or by black people?
Listen, by strangers, it's 2-to-1. Every single race in domestic issues, because we live amongst each other and uncles kill uncles or drunk at barbecues and stuff like that, it's always the same amount.
So your response is this.
Let me respond, please. Please let me respond.
Is your response that Mr. Metcalf needs to get on your bus and tell people
if I was him, I would do it.
But he's not you. So what I'm saying is...
But I'm telling you, I'm somebody that stands for what I believe in, and I don't cower when it's time to stand.
That man said he doesn't want his son to be in a race war. And he's standing on that while you want him to do something else. Hello? Like, have I lost the plot?
It's because of fear.
My desire is that another Austin Metcalf does not happen next week.
And Austin Metcalf happened weeks after. It was the FSU shooting. Hello? Like, literally, the FSU shooting. That was more Austin Metcalf. Oh, but it was white guys.
And if I was his father, I would stand righteously to say, yes, but I'm a man.
We all have common sense.
So you're speaking for his father?
Hold on. We know.
No, I'm speaking for white men in this country.
Are you a father?
White people in this country.
Are you a father?
Hold on one second.
Are you a father?
Hold on one second.
Are you a father?
I'm not, but listen.
That's 0 for 2. And wait a minute. You interjected in a conversation, which, to be honest, kind of cordial, is getting amplified by another motherfucker jumping in. Methinks. All right, here's part 2.
You've talked for an hour. So if you want to address, I can give you after I give this message. The bottom line is this. You have a father that's out of respect asking you not to put his son's face in a place. How do you say you're going to represent people when you can't respect the will of the people?
Let me respond, guys. There's too much peanut gallery.
That's not what his father said. His father did not.
Who's being hostile right now? You can't even say dude in the red tie being hostile. You can't even say he being hostile. There's one person in this fucking conversation who's doing an aggressive finger point right now. Any guesses?
Can we please let me respond?
So you believe, how do you say you're going to represent people asking you not to put his son's face in a place? How do you say you're going to represent people when you can't respect the will of the people?
Let me respond, guys. There's too much peanut gallery.
That's not what his father said. His father did not say that.
It's going to affect him for the rest of his life. I have compassion for every human being. This is not I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to politicize this. I don't appreciate some of the remarks I've seen online that people say there was this fight and they don't know. They weren't there. It's very...
So he did say that, and you're just wrong. You really ugly ass dude.
Can we please let me respond?
So you believe,
Hey, you believe
what you said is
I'm
not
having
correct.
a conversation
You're
between you and I.
hypothesizing. That's just what that
Listen to this.
Yeah.
Austin Metcalf is no longer Austin Metcalf. He is a symbol. He is a symbol of young white people being predatorized and victimized every single day, living in fear.
I agree. We got to do something about these fucking school shooters. Them fucking kids living in absolute fucking fear.
He is living in fear. Our people in this country are living in fear. Austin Metcalf is no longer just a son.
Jeff, hold on, Jeff. Do me one favor, because there seems to be an issue that you're okay with Austin's name being plastered with this particular movement. Now, I've already addressed that. So now I want you to say one more time that do you agree with your son's name and face being attached to this movement?
Hey, Jeff Metcalf, this is Jake Lang here. I wanted to talk to you and not be
Jeff?
led into a question. This is
Hello?
an illegal argument. It's called leading.
Do you agree with your son?
This is an illegal argument. What?
Jeff?
Led into a question. This is
Hello?
an illegal argument. It's called leading.
There is nothing illegal about a motherfucker asking a question to somebody else. Y'all niggas, yeah, bro. I swear to God, bro. Claim to care? I can't tell. Claim to care.
Do you agree with your
Jeff,
son?
can I have a conversation with you?
No,
or do
because you
want
could
a
have called him
leading
before
argument?
that. You could have called him out
I've
of
been
respect.
reaching out. I'm one of the biggest figures in
So,
America.
Jeff,
Nobody's ever.
You're one of the biggest figures in America. Yeah. I'm one of the biggest figures in America. Buddy, it says a lot that my introduction to you is a fucking colossal fuck up. And guess what political party he's a part of? Not those fucking wokey Democrats.
I don't really want to get gangbanged.
Who does? It's so impractical. Hey, we got a $23 Scat Pack. Come holler.
I was playing GTA 4 this morning and I enjoyed myself.
I've given your message. I've given you your message, and here's the response. I've given you your message, and here's the response.
You're not giving my
this
message.
guy
You're
said
giving your
no.
message.
What he said was this. What he said was this. He said that you, as a father, should be on the bus with him, delivering the message that he's delivering. Unfortunately, he's not a father, and the gentleman with it is not a father. Maybe they don't understand what loss is. But at the end of the day, I've given your message, and they thought that it wasn't your message.
Let me have 1 minute of my message
Call
to Jeff
him.
Metcalf.
Call him.
Okay, what's his number?
But he's on the phone right now.
So, Jeff, do you, huh?
This is not a good faith discussion.
Okay, hold on. Here's Jeff. Hold on. So, Jeff, go ahead.
So look, I'm going to give y'all 3 guesses. Do you think Jeff is going to say, you know what? Yes, use my son's name for this. Or do you think he's going to say, no, don't use my son's name for this? Or do you think Jeff is going to show up and cheer this on? Or what do you think's about to fucking happen?
Go ahead. Jake?
Hey, Jeff, it's Jake Lang here. Jeff, first of all, my entire heart rests in your hands. I would be in my position, not even as somebody even knew your son, but somebody that shares the same understanding. I grew up as a 17-year-old young white man too, and I grew up in fear of my life around black people because they were killing and robbing.
It's crazy when black people say this shit. Black people say this shit the exact same way. And somehow, you know? Somehow, you understand? See how they line up and don't line up correctly? He's got to be high. Black people say they live in fear of white people. And you know what my response is? Just stay with the black people. Look, you can live in areas where white people are not as dominant as they would like to be in certain areas. And that'd be fine. That'd be cool. Y'all all hate each other so fucking much. Just get away from each other. Like, but this, if a black person said this shit, y'all be screaming woke. All of you motherfuckers in this chat right now would be screaming woke. So hopefully y'all screaming woke right now. It'd make me feel good if you were. Oh, scroll down.
Robbing people around me all the time, and I don't understand as I was a father. You could sit idly by and not condemn the culture that killed your son. There is an epidemic.
Culture didn't kill his son. One motherfucker killed his son. Also, again, these conversations, how come we don't have them when school shootings happen by white people? How come instead of talking about like school shootings and how, you know, I tend to see white people do them, why the fuck do we have to talk about if they're gay or trans? How come we can't just talk about how they're white, which is the most important detail? Because trans isn't a race. It's more like a, what is that, a gender? Sexuality? Like, that's not the same.
Epidemic problem in this country, and your voice could be one of the loudest voices in this country, but you've chosen to recoil out of fear and continue the suppression. Why will you not stand with me and with the rest of the people? We're not calling for racial divide. We're not calling for hatred. We're saying...
We're not calling for racial divide. You just said you grew up in fear of black people. That, mathematicians, is how you start a conversation around racial divide. In case anyone was aware, in case anyone wanted like a lesson in conversation, that is how you spearhead a conversation about racial divide.
350,000 attacks on white people by black people a year.
Hello? The call is coming from inside the house.
In this country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend.
Now I'm gonna play that back just in case you couldn't hear it.
You are part of the fucking problem, my friend.
You are part of the problem, my friend. It's funny. A man says he don't want his son used as a racial issue. Motherfuckers show up on a Trump bus to spark a racial issue conversation. They call the father to try to get him on board with something he said he didn't want to be on board with. Ain't that just about a bitch?
You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it...
Now, excuse me. Excuse me. That just hit harder than Cena winning the title. I mean, fuck. But yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. What a deflection. Yeah. You thought you was gonna get a gotcha. You got pwned by the grieving father, and your immediate response is that's white guilt. That's like when you chastise one of these bluehead fucks and they say that's transphobic.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
Here, you are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being...
Why do you think I just paused this fucking thing? What did you just hear that you would think would make me pause this? Some motherfucker who's got a worse shade that you would think he's Indian more than Kamala is screaming, "Black man here! Black man here! I'm a black guy here, and I think you're crazy. Oh, I'm a black guy here." This motherfucker got a more dystopian Indian lineage than Kamala Harris. Look at him. And he's saying, "Black man here."
You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your
being
weakness.
Here, you are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
Black man here. And here's the sick part. I still, me, because I'm correct, have the greatest opinion. None of these people care. Because when the time comes and we get the conclusion, whichever side doesn't get their way, well, it doesn't even matter if you get your way or not. This motherfucker goes to jail if he walks free. Motherfuckers are gonna be using this fucking dumbass conversation for the next time this topic gets brought up, whether if it's a black victim or a white victim, and the perpetrator's a black guy or a white guy. It's gonna happen again. This isn't the beginning, it's not the end. It's two sides of a really shitty fucking coin.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's the problem. You've been submitted.
Hold on, hey, Jeff.
You've been submitted. Wow, that's gay. So look, where was the hostility? I heard hostility.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
I was expecting like hostility from the guy who showed up. He really wasn't hostile. I know who was attempting to be hostile so that he could get some gotcha, even though they had several cameras recording all this shit. The dude who's doesn't look his best dressed. Black man here. It's the dude who doesn't look his best dressed. Black man here. He's not looking his best. He's not dressed to impress. He's dressed like he just got dicked down in the park bathroom. It's not a good look, buddy. Gotta show up with some decorum. Gotta look, what's the word? Professional. You gotta come out looking professional, and you didn't. When this was on Saturday, part of me thought for a split second, because I'm tired, that this was on Easter Sunday. I was say, if you show up on Easter Sunday looking like you fresh out the shit, man, it's a bad look. That's a bad look, and shame on you. But now that we have the context of hostility, let's keep watching.
We just think it's some random dude who's upset because we said the truth about certain things, about, racism against white people and how they are.
Racism doesn't exist. Your side keeps promoting it. It's your side that likes to proudly talk about how racism isn't a thing anymore. Or even funnier, racism gets propped up by people who want it to be all the time. That's what you guys. That was the claim. That's what I keep hearing. Now, me, being the smartest individual of all time, racism is always going to be here. As long as humanity continues to exist, racism will always be there, ready, willing, and unfortunately able to be a topic of discussion, whether you like it or not.
Are the victim of terrible things. We're thinking, okay, he's upset that he heard that or something, but really he has an insidious agenda that you sent him with, and that's really what was going on there. And he's trying to, talk with us and get us worked up, and then he's gonna pull out the phone and call you so you can go.
I mean, he got you worked up. He really didn't even get the dude in the red tie worked up. Nick Fuentes. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Nick Fuentes was right. They do got tokens. I mean, I already knew that, but now that I got like the worst type of white person who said it out loud, you notice it more and more. Ew. Fucking ew. Ew. That's the most dystopian shit you could fucking put on somebody.
Go off on us and scream at us when really you could have just talked to us like normal people. You wouldn't even have to be all polite and super respectful. None of that. You could have just literally talked to us like some guy.
I mean, he did, but he wasn't going to show up and do it. He talked to you over the phone. The guy also just showed up and talked to you cordially. Like, I love it. I love it when video kind of proves everything. Everybody was cheering on like body camera footage. I just love the fact that we're a society that we got our phones out all the time. And with our phones being out all the time, we can catch a motherfucker in an obvious lie.
Walking down the sidewalk on the street, and that would have been fine. But you came at us with hate out of nowhere, blindsided us with that shit. So yeah, you're 100% in the wrong, Mr. Metcalf. And honestly, it's funny how you.
I swear to God, I haven't watched this. If this Indian mistake, if he sits there and tries to insinuate he got his son killed, I'm gonna be livid. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not the time to be livid. Also, TJ, I didn't say it, but thank you for the 10.
There's so much affection for the guy who killed your son, sells t-shirts, sells merchandise, is raising money off of it, and then making a joke out of your son, making memes
and so are you.
Jokes about it online. Yet you want to act like you're so angry that your son's picture was put on a protest poster.
Damn, it's like he could be mad at both. And he's tired of this shit. And you motherfuckers just so happen to be the closest ones nearby.
In your favor.
Wait, didn't this same dude show up to a press conference where they went to speak? And then they kicked him out? Seems like he had smoke for days for everybody. Seemed like he was just ready. Seemed like he ready. Anytime that he's close by, he gonna participate. And motherfuckers gonna shit on him. He can't win. That father can't win. He can't win for trying. He can't win for fucking losing. The motherfucker shows up to a press conference where the Carmelo Anthony side is gonna talk, where they made him out to be like the belligerent fool. Then he finds out motherfuckers are protesting somewhere nearby in his son's name, after he specifically said, please don't turn my son into y'all race war. And they do it. This man can't win for fucking losing. See, told y'all, no matter what, at the end of it all, I'm gonna just feel bad for the dad.
Favor of your son? You want to act like you're mad about that when there was a protest just blocks away, saying that your son got what he deserved? Seriously, you're mad at us? That's what really doesn't make sense to us. Because we were...
It seems like you're mad because you wanted somebody on your side and they said no. You sound like a hurt hoe. Why don't you...
defending you when your family got swatted. We were defending you and standing up for you when you're...
You were defending him, but conveniently had no energy for the judge who also had her fucking address leaked. Now, the motherfucker didn't get swatted. Hold on. I'm trying to... I'm sorry for the abrupt pause. I'm in a fucking game where I just got an interception and I need to make this field goal because there's 1 second left in the half. If I can make this, I'm glorified, and I made it.
Got killed.
I'm not showing it because I want y'all to look at this gnarled fucking face.
We were defending your son when they're making a joke out of how he got stabbed and killed. Like it was a joke. We were defending you. We were fighting for you the entire time. But you don't know that and you don't care. You just see a poster and you think about, okay, I don't like what that says for whatever reason. And then you decide I'm going to send my handler in to destroy.
For whatever reason. Actually, fuck that. You talking about handlers, buddy. In the video, you're being the handler. You're trying to be the handler, but your master's like, sit down, nigga. I got this. You go back and sip on that banana I gave you.
Destroyed them. Not to have an honest discussion. Not make a list of things that you do or don't want us to do.
Don't turn his son into a racial issue. He said that while his son's body was still warm. And again, the whole world said no. The whole world said no. We're going to turn him into a racial issue. We're going to turn him into a racial issue.
Just to do harm, just to try to take us down and humiliate us. So
It worked.
Yeah, you're 100% in the wrong. I don't give a fuck if you're a grieving father. I don't give a damn about...
I can't wait for that fucking video to drop tomorrow so motherfuckers could try to defend this shit and stick up for this shit. There's the hostility. Most truthful thing said, Barton, you walking a thin line right now. I'm gonna need you to explain what you claim is the most truthful thing said, because that comment you just left lines up right with this motherfucker said. I don't give a fuck about you being a grieving father. Now, Barton, I'm giving you benefit of the doubt to explain yourself before you get the lashing. Like, I'm giving you that chance to defend, to like explain yourself. Cause what? Nothing, and I do mean nothing, makes sense here.
That does not give you an excuse to be pulling some ambush shit like that.
Ambush? Nigga, it was 1 on fucking 30. Who got ambushed? When the fuck have you ever seen a 1 on 30 be called an ambush? He doesn't care about Austin. He's protesting for himself. Yep. Glad I gave you the chance to explain yourself. See, if this stream started at like 5 in the morning, I'd have cursed you. This is horrendous. This is sad. And motherfuckers eat it up too. They eat this type of shit up. And they eat it up until you criticize them. Because when you criticize them, that's when motherfuckers be like, how dare you? I was trying to do the work. You know what? Fuck your son. Fuck you and your fucking son. Huh? See how that gets everybody nowhere? Wonderful. Wonderful and wonderbar. You plan on making a video about this? It's funny you ask. It's funny you should ask. It's funny you should ask. It's funny that you asked. You know how long it is? 30 minutes and 30 seconds. 30 minutes and 30 seconds. I dedicated 30 minutes to some shit I already said I wasn't going to talk about no more. You can imagine how mad I am. You can imagine how pissed off I am that I'm doing this again. Is there anything else? Y'all got anything else for me? Because in my head, man, it's just fucking ridiculous. Sneak peek for live viewers? No. I don't do sneak peeks. I lied. I did that once. And it was really no benefit or cost. I just fuck. Oh my God, it's about to be 2 a.m. I'm not even tired. It's more so just like, that was about John Cena winning a championship. I mean, it's an outcome. I and many other people were expecting like more in terms of like story. Why? Because they added The Rock to this shit for no reason. But at least we got Travis Scott. Yay. Maybe. Yay. Yay. I'm not mad that John won. Now it sucks, but now we gotta fucking run this shit back. Now everybody's gotta tune in to Raw tomorrow. Cody crybabies are shaking. Bro, a lot of people are shaking over like the past 4 days. Roman's a Trump supporter. John said something about Vince McMahon. I guess. Me, I'm just along for the ride. Because you know it's crazy? Motherfuckers are going to say that this makes no sense. And then when something goes on that they like in the story, these motherfuckers definitely going to turn around and be like, oh, I knew the whole time this shit was going to be good. For real, though, who was that slimy dude in the red tie? It's some fucking politician in Florida. I found that out yesterday because today is whatever the fuck. Today's whatever the fuck today is. Today's Sunday? No, today's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. You know what's crazy? This is another thing. I've been seeing a lot of new wrestling fans bitch about black people not getting representation, and then when they do, they complain. So it's like, what do you want? Just say you want like your favorite wrestler who just so happens to also be black put in a more prominent spotlight. Just say that. Stop making it like black people are being held back. Just say the thing you want. Just say the thing you want. Please. Jesus. Just say you want Carmelo Anthony to be the WWE champion. There's nothing wrong with that. I hope he ends up being WWE champion one day. But fuck. Enjoy your Easter Monday, despite the poor start. I mean, is it really a poor start? Glad they won. I'm just mad that the match was kind of stale. That's what I'm mad the match was kind of fucking stale. It really didn't hold no substance. Substance? I'm mad that Becky Lynch fucking ran around and got the spot Bailey's supposed to have. Sickening work. Glad this got national attention. Oh, I guess this is the fucking, they're still doing this shit. Oh, man, that's still a crazy fucking, but I gotta finish that fucking video. Cause what do you mean, bro? What do you mean? You just gonna post a screenshot of a motherfucker ringing your doorbell, talking about something you lucky we weren't home. That's a kid. That's a whole child, bro. D. Fuck it. That's next. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that when I wake up. I'm gonna finish that when I wake up. Cause I understand hating your neighbor, but Jesus Christ. That lets me know if he didn't have a Ring camera and that motherfucker knocked on his door and he was there, it would have been Pop Go the Weasel. Nasty work. Sick work. Devastating work. And you know what's sad? I'm going to tell you, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 1:55 a.m., April 21st, 2025. I'm telling y'all I'm going to record this video. That bitch going to be uploaded, and motherfuckers still going to run around and be like, I hate the fact that you talk about black people. My new gimmick now is to say, if Carmelo Anthony goes to jail, I'm blaming that person. I'm blaming that person. Because there's no other way to go about this. There's no other rational way to look at any of this shit other than just to say, hey, you're the reason why Carmelo Anthony might go to jail. You phony wannabe hero of your pretend black community. Jesus Christ. I can't play the fucking elimination chamber. It just fucking keeps crashing. All right, folks. This I don't know how many of you are here, but you ought to be ashamed of yourself for being awake this late to watch a stream of debauchery. Go to bed.